Okay, so I think I'm live and let me put one message in the group. Great. Okay. Great. So before starting live stream, I got a really first question that I'll be covering now. But let me tell you something like I'm not feeling well, so I might not take too much questions today. But yeah, put your questions as long as I feel good, I'll basically answer your questions. Okay. Okay, it would be nice to have my questions answered first. Okay. First of all, you are really great. Thank you. And I appreciate what you sharing the knowledge. I am having the issue with Gmail Fishlet. Okay. The cookies does not log me into the email. Can you help me? Okay, so first of all, tell me, Elliot, which browser you are using injecting. See, the way Evilginx is designed, what Evilginx does is it will give you some flags in the cookie, like cookie name will be there, expiration will be there, which is randomly generated by the Evilginx. Okay, if you check the expiration date, it's from the next year. Okay, and the third thing which is from the Evilginx is the cookie value. Okay, so only these things are there, and at the most fourth thing will be there, which will be obviously if http equals to true or not. Okay, that's the I think all things the Evilginx gives you. When we inject the cookies into the Chrome requires all of the flags. Okay, not only just four things. It requires the if the secure equals to true, if http equals to true, if it has I don't know, like basically a lot of flags are required. But when we inject into the Firefox browser, no flags are required. It will ask minimal data. Only if you pass the cookie value and expiration date, then also those cookie will work in the Firefox. Okay, so that's the first benefit of the Firefox, and that's why I recommend using the Firefox. Okay, so I think if in your case like cookies are not working, there are two things: either cookie is expired or you are not using the Firefox. Please try using the Firefox, and definitely I think it will work. Because see, I had tried Google into the Gmail cookies into the Chrome also, and no, it doesn't work. It will just log out and give you one more login screen there. Okay, it will show the session there, it will show the email ID, but it will show in the logout condition. Okay, so that's why I'll suggest inject in the Firefox. I might have already told you this if you ask me in the Telegram. Okay, great. Anonymous, sorry masters, speed recovery, thanks brother. Matt G, how to send the email for fishlets in the most privacy method possible? See, usually when someone asks me how we should send the email, I usually say them use your own SMTP server. But it comes with the challenges. First of all, you have to find the cloud which allows to send email using port 25. That's the biggest challenge. I thought like Shinjeru and DigitalOcean were allowing, but they are also having the limitations. So far, I only know the Contavo. Once you get the cloud provider, there is a second challenge, which is setting up the email server and making sure it has the 10 out of 10 score to deliver the email. Okay, that's the second challenge. The third challenge is you should have good domain reputation and SFTP reputation slash IP reputation. Then only it will go to the right place. Okay, so that's the third thing. But I realized that creating the SMTP will not be that much efficient as renting the SMTP. But the problem with the renting the SMTP is it will ask the ID for proof every single time. So how exactly you can do it? So if you know, there is one service called Proton Mail. Okay, a lot of people are using Proton Mail. They also offer custom domain emails. Okay, only we need to buy their I think €10 plan something. Okay, so if you buy, they give you the custom domain emails. They got really good SMTP, and you get the privacy. No one will share your data also. Okay, so yeah, this way you can go with it. Apart from that, I don't think so I know any other good SMTP. Either set up your own or use some private services like Proton, which will not track your data. Okay, so yeah, go with that. Anonymous Sky. Master, how can we modify the lower random generated lower path? See, in the last video also I showed you this one, but hence you are asking in this one also. Let me show you one more time. That's not a big deal. So I hope you can see my screen, right? So I'll type first Evilginx, GitHub, right? I'll type this one, and if I go here, there is a core folder. Okay, right now I'm not cloning, I'm not downloading. You need to go to the core folder. In the core folder you will find uh, utils, I guess. Utils.go. Yes, I think utils.go should do the thing. Here you need to find which is generating random string. Can you see this function is taking the generating the random string, and it is taking integer as a parameter, right? So basically this is the function which is responsible for generating the lower path. Okay, this is the function. So what you can do is you can find where this particular function is getting called. Probably it's supposed to get called into the http proxy.go. Okay, so here if I do control FV, shit, I think I didn't copy it. I think I didn't copy it. Let me copy, go back to the http proxy, and here if I paste this one, or let's see http server, it says random token. Okay, we need to just search for random, by the way. Okay, can you see it is saying get random string and value is 8, and it is setting to the cookie name. Okay, great. Then we go to get random string, value is 1, and it is setting to the lure URL. Okay, and yes, I think that's where you need to make sure that you are changing it. So check proper code where it is setting up. I don't know, like default lures path, how it will show you. I'm not sure how many letters are there. Let me see. If I do loads, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, almost 8 letters are there, right? So I think this is not the location that we're looking for, and this is the location, I think. Get random string and 8. Okay, because it is setting the 8, so it has to be somewhere 8 only. Okay, this is 1, again 1, and this is the one. Okay, I think here you should be making the changes. It is saying the cookie, but I'm confused right now. Yes, code, I guess. Okay, that's pretty much good. Random string 1, 2, or in general you can search for the 8 also. That will also help. Yeah, I think this is the wrong comment that is passed right here. It is saying cookies, but I think it's a random string only. So here I either you make the 12 or you make the 20. I usually suggest the generate the URL which are not too obvious. What is too not too obvious? See, if you are generating something like this, obviously it is either, see, you have to understand how the firewall works. Okay, how the analysis works. It will just track the pattern, how unusual pattern is, how well pattern is. So in the Evilginx, every single Lord's URL has almost 8 letters in it. Okay, slash 8 letters in it. So that's a pattern basically, and it will help you help the AI to understand whether it's a spam or not. Okay, whether it's a phishing site or not. So to bypass those patterns, you have two options. Either generate more random string, but at the end of the day, that more random string is also suspicious. So what you can do is you can say something like this, like I don't know, services dash login slash owner admin, some random long path, which is not too much obvious to catch by the search engine and not too much random to get flagged. Okay, so that kind of URL I will suggest you go with. Okay, great. Let's go back to the our chat. Okay, very great. SMTP, you need to set up custom domain like Proton Mail. See, Proton Mail offers in the Proton Mails that €8 plan, they offering like three custom domains. I'm not sure. If you want to check it, I can go ahead right away to check it actually. Here I can type Proton Mail. Okay. So if you go to the Proton Mail, and they should show the pricing. Okay, it's a pricing. So there is a Proton Unlimited which is €9.99 per month. If you create the Proton account first and then check the price, then it will reduce by €1. Okay, that's I think my experience. Here can you see it is saying 15 email addresses, 15 email addresses, support for the three custom email domains. That means you can attach your three custom domains right here, and you can get this. Okay, so there is a support for one custom email domain. Okay, that means you can get this plan also. That's also quite good, because when I sign in, it doesn't show this particular plan. It only shows this plan. Maybe some marketing gimmick or something. But yeah, you can get I think this one. €3 per month is pretty much decent. Okay, because it will give you custom domain, it will give you unlimited emails to set. The only thing which will be the problem is when we send using email using the Proton email, sometimes it shows that sent by the Proton secure mail, sent by the secure mail, send the encrypted email. Okay, that kind of words will be there. So you have to be sure like you are removing those words. Apart from that, like Proton is pretty much good service. If someone asks for your data from the Proton, Proton will say fuck off. Okay, that's biggest advantages. Recently in India and in one more country, there is a surveillance law. So basically they are saying that every single data company has to share the data with the government, otherwise don't work in our countries. Okay, that's the policy they have came with. And surprisingly, NordVPN, one of the biggest VPN provider for privacy, they agreed to share data. The Proton VPN said that no, we don't need you know government, and we will not operate in India, and they just gone out of it. Okay, other email providers are agreeing, right? So Proton is like taking the privacy quite seriously, and Proton is a Swiss company, Switzerland. Okay, and Switzerland has like one of the best uh, laws in the world when it comes to the censorship and sharing the data. Okay, it's the best. That's why a lot of people run with the some scam. That's why they either go with the Switzerland or they will go with the UAE. Great. Master, how can we modify? See, modifying is not rocket science. Anyone can modify. Okay, you just need a chat GPT and you just need a common sense of the programming, and you should understand what is written in the code. Okay, you just backtrack down the functions. When I say backtrack, I mean I will target one let's say functionality which is creating the lowers path, right? So what is required in the creating lower paths? Obviously random. So I will just search for the random, get the function which is responsible for the creating lower path, and make the modifications. If you don't know the syntax, use the chat GPT also. Okay, so I don't think so like modification requires any additional knowledge or it's a rocket science, until and unless you want to do groundbreaking modifications. Like instead of the lower path, you need to generate specific path which looks like normal website path, something like this. Or you want to capture additional IP address from the user, you want to manipulate the header, you want to manipulate the get parameter, you want to manipulate something else. So these are the like quite good tasks for which you need a little bit knowledge. Okay, anonymous sky. Master, how can we modify the HTML code to remove any static signature? See, when it comes to the static signature, or when it comes to the any signature of the website, there is a very first common basic thing which is playing really crucial role. Let me show you which one. Where is my cam? Okay, let me show you that particular thing. So right now I'm opening this proton mail, right? So if I click on the inspect right here, or let's click on the view page source only. Okay, it's scrambled. So let's go to the inject one. Let me open the panel right here. So the fingerprinting heavily relies on the unnatural behavior or default behavior of the website. Okay, so when I go to the head of the website, before even checking the content of the website, four things in the website are there which will be checked by the any bot or any plural uh, in the first place, which is OG title, this one, OG title, OG description, OG URL, OG type, and OG image. Where is the OG image? Yes, this one. So this open graph tags, which is responsible for the SEO, are the first which are going to discovered by the bot, and they act as a fingerprint. So if you remember, like if you create any link and you just create the proton fake link for the proton, let's say fake.com/pricing, something like this, but you didn't replace this particular domain in the, let's say, OG URL, then it's a problem. Even if you not replace this image URL with your fake domain, then also it's a problem. Then in the first place it will say that okay, it is a popular website, so it's already well tracked, and they will just map down that this website doesn't belong to this particular URL. By the way, I forgot to mention one thing. Whatever the top popular websites are there, they are already hard coded in the logic to check for if that particular website exists for that particular URL or not. Okay, so yeah, these are the things. I cannot teach you all of this stuff about it. You have to experiment, you have to learn about it, and you have to make sense out of it. Okay, because not everything can be taught, that you need to understand. Okay, not everything can be taught. Is a large part which you have to manage, and you have to learn by yourself only. There is no one is going to come and teach you. Okay, that's the basic rule of the learning. And if you are relying on for the learning on me or anyone else, you are just going to keep in that way whole your life. Okay, so yeah, please put your brains to. Okay, pen tester, how many mails can be proton send? See, I haven't used the proton before, but as per my experience, if you have the paid plans, you can send, I think, 1K emails per day or something. Okay, and I don't know if the proton offers the SMTP connection out also. That also needs to be checked. Because this is like really first time. Yesterday only I checked the proton custom domain offer, this one, because I got one email that update to proton unlimited, and you will get three this custom email and that stuff, marketing email I got. Okay, then only I came to know, okay, the proton is also offering. I don't have any idea how much email per day we can send using the proton. Perhaps Google can help. We can send using proton mail. Okay, if they are allowing custom domain, then I think there is a chance they will allow. Oh shit, what is this? If you are on the proton free plan, you will get the 50 emails an hour and total of 150 emails per day, which is really low. And when it's a paid plan, okay, what is immediately sending the suspicious account? Okay, if there is any spam email you are sending, it will immediately suspend or halt your account, which is bad. So if you have targeted audience, not bulk emails. If you have targeted audience, like you know the 10 employees and you know want to target only 10 employees, something like that, then you can use the proton. I think for bulk SMS sending, or sorry, for bulk email sending, you know, cannot use the Proton. It's not good. Whatever the rules they have applied, it's not good. Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Use the Proton only if you have limited audience and you are distributing the attack over the period of the time. Then only use the Proton. Otherwise, I don't think so. It's useful if you are doing the bulk operations. Okay, it will not help as the rules are saying. Okay. Great. Next question. Fishlet login page loads just fine, but after the entering the correct credentials and hitting the next button, I get auth error. Mhm. But on legitimate website, I am able to log in. Okay. So tell me very first thing, have you captured all of the traffic in the burp or not? Because in most of the time, what happens? Uh, the website is basically hosted in the microservice architecture. That means the front end is separate and back end is separate. Let's say back end is in the Django and front end is in the React or Next.js. Okay, so in that case, what happens? Sometimes they create api.yourdomain.com for the backend and yourdomain.com for the front end. But most of the time, if they are using third party services, then what happens? The front end domain is completely different from the backend domain. Okay, completely different. So you have to make sure that that particular website is not using any different backend domain. If it is using a different backend domain, make sure that you proxy that too in the your fishlet. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm assuming, okay, these are just assumption. I don't know your website. I haven't checked your website. These are just assumption by uh, guessing what you have said. Okay. The second thing might be it is using some kind of protection for the login, like it requires the some kind of token which is generated on the client side. If you talk about the WordPress website, it has a one token called um, nonce, N-O-N-C, nonce. Okay, so if you don't have that particular nonce, then it will not basically work. So what you need to do is you need to use the custom JavaScript to get the new nonce first and then make the request for the login. Then only it will work, otherwise it will just return the empty response. Okay, that's the second thing. And the third thing, okay, for the context, the next page after the entering the credentials will be the page for two-factor authentication to send the code to the number and email app. See, the whole purpose of the you using the Evilginx is bypass the two-factor authentication. So whatever, and we are just making the exact same replica of the website. As long as it is under the same hood, which is same website, same domain name, it will show every single thing. So if it is working on the main side, there is a high chance that it will work on the two-factor authentication page also. But make sure that it's on the same domain and domain is proxied. That's why I really first said that have you captured all traffic into the burp or not. If you haven't, if you are directly trying to create it, there is a high chance that you are missing some host. Okay, so yeah, please go with it and you will understand. Anonymous Sky. Master, how can we integrate the WebSocket Puppeteer to the our Evilginx to catch the every section? First of all, when you mention the Puppeteer, you are mentioning the graphical user interface Chrome, GUI Chrome. Okay, that's not good because that requires additional programming to handle everything. If user is clicking on, let's say new tab, new tab, or if user is clicking on the some button, then you have to find exactly same button in the backend and click on it. That's not very efficient. Sometimes it creates the problem. So what I will suggest, instead of using the Puppeteer, use the headerless browser in the backend and use the Evil Puppet with it. Okay, what Evil Puppet does is it will not outsource every single stuff which in your fishlet. It will outsource only one part of it. Let's say in the Google fishlet, the biggest problem is getting the token on the password page. You have to, if you go get the token on the password page, there is nothing left. You can directly get Google working, but the problem is getting that particular token. So instead of using the Puppeteer for whole project, what we can do is, or what I had developed is we just get that particular token from only evil puppet for that particular URL only. So this way it saves the time, this way it saves the overload, and this way it makes the efficient. Okay, so yeah, this is how you do it. But see, a lot of people will not understand that this is the thing, because I have met with a lot of people and they are saying you are bluffing, you don't know in the details and that stuff and that stuff. See, even if I tell you the whole thing in the stream, it will go over your head. If you don't understand the difference between evil puppet and puppeteer, then there is a high chance that you don't get what I'm trying to say right now. Okay, so first get the knowledge. Puppeteer is for remote controlled, or let's say it's a testing framework to automatically test the website. That means we can write the JavaScript and make to do things from the website. Okay, so when we use Puppeteer integration, it actually opens the browser in the server, actual server, GUI browser, and then does it. When it comes to the evil puppet, it can use the Golang code directly. Just it will activate the uh, headerless browser in the backend, and it will just do the actions around it. Okay, like it will open one URL in the headerless browser, and that it will get the whole content, and it will just find some tokens in the content and then close the browser. Okay, that kind of find find action we can do using the evil puppet. Okay, so that's why I always say get the knowledge first, then you will try it, like it will automatically happen to see the solution. Okay, it looks like I stopped getting the questions. Please, if you have any question, please put. Now is the time to get a quick response from me, quick answer from me. If you message on the Telegram, there is a high chance that your chat will get lost in the some chat, because like there is a crazy amount of people are messaging on the Telegram. Sometimes what happens, if you message and if someone is messaging, Telegram shows the latest message the first, right? So if I get the time, I start replying from the top, not the bottom. Okay, because in from the bottom there are a lot of other messages, old messages that can come. So that's why there is high chance that I miss your message somewhere. So that's why I recommend when I sitting on the live stream, please ask any question. I'm here for 1 hour, I'm here for 30 minutes, and I can answer every single possible question that I can answer on this stream. Eh, and it has not to be too much sensitive. Okay, Mr. Khalid, do you know about L08? L08? What is L08? Are you talking about my lectures on the series? What is L08? Let me Google it. L08. Some kind of disease? Give me more details. What is the L08? Are you talking about the lectures that I am uploading on the YouTube, where I am naming it L01, L02, or something else is L08? I don't know. Okay, how do I deal with the Cloudflare, please? I have a fishlet that loads, and when I think that little box of the Cloudflare verification, it does nothing but load and load and load. See, previously I had a solution with the Cloudflare, but to be honest, right now I don't have any solution for the Cloudflare turnstile, any solution. The way I bypass the Cloudflare, the way I Okay. The way I use to bypass the Cloudflare is basically using the proxies. If you use trusted enough IP address, it will not load the captcha, or it doesn't require to authenticate using the captcha. So I usually rely on the good proxies to avoid the Cloudflare solution, Cloudflare issue. But if the Cloudflare issue arrives, it requires to fill the captcha, then to be honest, I don't have as of now solution. In the past, I had a solution, but right now I don't have any active working solution. Maybe I haven't worked on it since, I don't know. Like I'll update you. Like if I get the solution, I'll update you. But playing with the Cloudflare and like the well-known services come at the cost. Okay, because in other day I got one strike on my video that it is giving too much sensitive information, and I have to take down the video, strip that particular part out, and then upload the video, obviously in the YouTube studio. But yeah, so that's why I cannot do with that kind of stuff also. L0, I think it has to do with the RTPs. No, no. What is no, 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 no. I think it's about my YouTube channel only. It's about my YouTube channel. I think I need to confirm it. I think he's talking about the playlist where I have uploaded the Evilginx training course, and here I'm saying lectures. I think. See L7, L6. This is L8, I guess. This is L8. Okay, after the L7, I stopped. Oh, L08. It's in the paid course, brother. It's in the paid course. In the free course, you only get the 7 lectures and one bonus lecture. And if you are member, then you get this raid, how to remove the raid in the Evilginx, that kind of videos. And L08 and other videos are in the part of the course. Either you can go to the shop.fluxset.com or you can go to the fourth wall .fluxset.com. Okay, either you can buy here. In some countries, some cards are not allowed for the purchase. So if you face any issue, you can buy here on this website. And if you don't, if you have the active working PayPal, then what you can use is you can use shop.fluxer.com to buy the course from here also. Okay, I get it, I get it. What is L08? Okay, great. So far so good. Completed the 30 minutes of the question answering. Right now I'm not feeling well, so I think I need to go to the hospital. So let's do one thing. Let's end this particular stream. I hope I have answered all of your questions. If you have any additional question, I beg you, go to the fluxset.com, guys, and create the question here. See how many people are creating the question and how many people are contributing the answering the question. Okay, so please make sure that you create the question here, which is, if there is someone which is relating your question or he knows the answer, he will answer it. Because see, in these questions, can you see at least minimum 3 people are there to answer you, at least. Okay, these two people are answering to each other is me and the guy who asked the question. Because sometimes the questions are quite harder, like this WhatsApp fishlet. So in that case, it is only required, not all people answers, I have to step in and answer. But try to understand, it's better to work with the community. If you have any issue that not solvable by me, I am human too. I also have the limitation, so sometimes I don't know answer for certain questions. Okay, so in that case it might be possible that other guys knows the answer for that question, so he might answer, right? Here is a community of 250 plus people. Okay, if I go to the, I think here it will show you how many users are there in the about section. Okay, 228 members are there. Okay, which are going to help you in your question, which are going to at least get the notification from the website that some question is added. So yeah, it's always a good idea to go with the community approach first. And if you are not getting the answers, definitely I am there to answer. And if that is also creating the problem, if you have too much sensitive question, you can always connect to the Telegram. But in the Telegram you have to be patient, brother, like really patient. In the Telegram I get a lot of messages, I have some active works, so I have to take out the time to reply you guys. So I have allocated the time, and in that time whatever the guys are fitting, I am replying them only. And after next time I'm replying the other guys. Okay, some people are saying you are ignoring us, you are doing this, that. No, it's a matter of time. Okay, I'm giving my 100%. Right now, I'm sick and I was sitting in the Telegram and I saw few questions there. I directly answered them. I don't care if you buy the course or not. Okay, I my priority is giving you the knowledge, but yes, I try to say that buy the course. Otherwise, how can I support myself? Okay, great. Okay, get well soon. Yes, definitely. Taking medications. Hopefully, I'll be okay with 2 days. It's a viral infection, so it will take minimum 2 to 3 days. Fever and all. Okay. L0 is the Evilginx modification made by L0. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see. L08 will see there are a lot of people are doing modification these days. Okay. So by the way, I am releasing my own modified Evilginx, which will have a lot of functionality, and I'll be releasing on the GitHub in few days. I have completed some part of the code, but as my schedule is become tighter and tighter, I'm unable to complete the code. But once it is completed, I'll be releasing that for free on the GitHub. Okay. Uh, that is one announcement, by the way. Uh, yeah. In the Evilginx mod, if you have any idea for Evilginx mod, please let me know on the Telegram on the this live chat, because I'll tell you what so far what I have added in this particular modified Evilginx. I had it at the force gate method, which will be helpful in the a lot of websites. I have added the lores method where it will generate the specific path for the lores, not the short random URL but proper path. Okay, that one I showed you before, something like this. I have modified to enable the caching mechanism. When we create the website using the Evilginx, it sometimes get too much time to load. It might be your proxy issue, it is slowing down. It might be the website issue itself, the CDN issue. So that's a frustrating. So I enable the caching mechanism so that it will get all files in the one go. And after that, it will just serve from your server. So in that case, it will be crazy as faster, really crazy faster. The fourth thing is I am integrating the Eugenics module in the Eugenics source code itself, so that no one should complain that Evilginx motor is not working. If in the Evilginx itself, if the session is captured, it will report that to the Telegram. It will send the username and ID. But so far, that code is incomplete. I have just achieved that sending the username, password, capture details to the Telegram, not the session cookies. Okay, because session cookies are in the layer. They don't get captured in the one go. They get captured in the layer. So right now, let's say few cookies are captured, but after some time, one request received which has the one matching cookie, then it will update that cookie, the Eugenics. So in that case, it will rewrite that in the session. So it becomes really hard to work with in that case. Okay, so that's why that particular part is pending. Uh, but yeah, it will be completed. So yeah, if you have any ideas in the mod, by the way, I'm adding the Easter egg fix in the model, so removing the headers which are leaking the data, leaking the original host and all. So that is also getting added. So yeah, I'm doing pretty much few modifications. If you have any idea, please let me know, and I'll basically try to add in the modifications. Okay. One last thing, please. Silly question. Which kind of no answer to put in the clarification in the localhost? You can set up the hostess, but in Ubuntu server, you need to buy the domain for the fishnet. Clarification. In the local host, you can set up the host. That's right, for the test, but in Ubuntu server, you need to buy the domain for the fishnet. It's a whole two different topics. When you do something in the local host, What you do the testing, and that's why you create the test domains in the host files, okay? But when it comes to the Ubuntu server, you already got the public IP address, okay? And you cannot access to the one local host of the Ubuntu server until and unless you have GUI version to say in it, right? Or reverse proxying it. So that's why I think we use the domain on the server, right? Yeah, that's I think the reason. To set up the certificates, right? See, if you are using the software in the dev mode, dash developer mode, then it will get the set sign certificate by itself. Okay, that usually used for the testing. So I'll suggest that even if you buy the domain name and if you are doing on the VPS, um, if it is required, like if you are just testing, use the dash developer option so that it will not get this as a certificate for you. It will use the self-signed certificate. This way you will save the your certificate limitation issue. This will at least once the whole fishlet is fixed and now you know this is the fishlet, then only it will get this as a certificate rather than getting into the error and trial. So yeah, it's a good idea to use it. Okay guys, it's time. I think I should go to the bed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next, and make sure that you uh, also stay well, because there is one HMPV virus going on and it's spreading like crazy. So make sure that you protect yourself. Make sure you keep learning and stay healthy, stay happy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next, guys. Have a nice day.